to miss when she glances at me. She is baffled. She thinks this lady is insane. And I return with an equally perplexed look. And, against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry, homeowners?
I should have just shut up. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes, Miss Hannah Wright. I was hired by her to handle the interior design for the newly bought home. This is the Ermengarde mansion, yeah?
It is, but... She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. What are we doing, Chief?
I chose the last one, you chose this one.
Yeah, but like, this is like your character though, you know?
We'll check with our supervisor.
Okay. Those few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion had already been sold.
What do you mean? I almost... Oh. I started reading that too. Oops.
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand on my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in this business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my coworker, or co-agent and me, can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in deep thought after I've finished. She appears to be a reasonable person, anyway. Given the proper explanation, she surely understands.
I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me. I think I need to make a call to my secretary. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I have sleep apnea. I also don't miss the thumbs ups when she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride.
Oh, no.
Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number to our Luxborn office and check, even if she didn't ask me for it. I would be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss
McCullough. Right? McCullough?
Miss Macaulay Culkin returns, looking like a little flustered, but with an apology clear on her face. Apparently, you're correct, McCullough. God, now we're just shooting people? What the fuck?
No, that's...
I know what you mean. Feel a little sorry for having her to go through all this stuff and such.
There seems to be a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here. I was informed they would be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it would be a waste and they'd just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet them here.
Certainly. You can stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive. And Isabella, I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. I don't want to get it, and I know you're hurt, but you're gonna get it for me. See? Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me
I have a concussion, but...
Yeah, no, get her shit.
Okay.
And hurry! We still got a few
Okay.
minutes to double check those papers.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear behind the
Holy
parlor's
shit,
door.
they're fucking ghosts.
Oh my god! Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. You know, we would have probably gotten like double the amount of content of this game done by now if we just let the game do its own voice acting, just because we fuck up all the time. At least I fuck up all the time.
If we wanted, I mean, like, we wouldn't be talking as much, but if we wanted, we could turn on Isabella's, because she's the narrator, and then just do all the side characters.
That's a really good idea!
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god, you're a genius. Let's do it. Oh shit.
Less talking.
Bump, bump, everybody else go down. Where everyone else but Isabella. And we'll have we'll be able to see like the drastic difference between a professional and people fucking around.
I might give Marianne a different voice.
That's fair.
Let's go.
Did you realize, like, after you've committed to it, just like, fuck, that's kind of
Oh, I can't keep up to this accent very well.
I know what you mean. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally
Wait,
is.
shouldn't that be her? Where is it?
Oh, I don't think they have that narrated. I think they just have the voice acting narrated.
Well, then what's the point? I thought this is what...
Oh, no. I don't think we can do that one.
Oh, well, then there's no point in turning off Isabella. Or turning on Isabella.
I think you're right.
I thought that would talk for her there.
Oh, no. No, we don't got shit for that. We're on our own.
Never mind then.
Yeah, they put us into there and just like, do it.
You
Wait.
can, I think.
Wait, you can? Wait, is there actually voice acting?
Is
for
it
that?
just because we're... Just keep it?
Just keep it? Okay, they want us to keep it, okay.
Why?
Alright.
Okay.
Was it just paranoia? A temporary lapse after having heard all those tales about this place? Well, I want to think of it.
Come on.
I want to think of it as such, so I can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ. And if I am going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as
Such a
possible.
dork.
What?
Jesus. I don't know, you just start whispering. And, like, rushing through. Oh, Jesus.
I'm Nutaku. Thank you very much for 1,000 bits, as well as Sip Squish for 2 months. Nutaku says, "Love the accent, guys." Well, you know what? I bet you can make a delicious meal. How about that, huh? Yeah. Take it. Served. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have just handed me dig into my palm. Its jagged edges, creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm clutching it. Tone it down then, girl. It's not that intense. It's a reminder.
It is.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It is that intense.
It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer closer to my bod, I exit the house to get what Rose has asked of me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. Kind of like from Amnesia. Paint the man, cut the lines. Shit!
Holy shit! Ah!
A flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open the doors. I'm not sure whether I should be baffled or underdressed. I'm standing in their presence. Men and women of wealth and status, all dressed on to the nines in fancy suits and lovely dresses of varying colors, composed of medium-sized crowd. Their necks, arms, and fingers adorned with silver and gold, glinting in the afternoon sun. Some even have a ridiculously fancy feathered hats on their head. I really hope there aren't any magpies living nearby, like in the stories. Those birds will have a field day in this. They are murmuring amongst themselves, looking at the estate's facade appraisingly. with some arguing about whose mansion has the superior architecture. Oh, shit! But most of it stops as Rose calls for their attention. They don't look too pleased at being ordered around, but what can they do about it? Bitches.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What?
I'm
What
Rose
the
Cooper,
fuck?
and this is my partner, Isabella Santos.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper. This is my partner, Isabella Santos. I don't know what you just heard, but that was a demon. We will be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I will be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Hearing this, a few wander to me. They are mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs. Oh God.
Oh.
Miss fucking forgot again.
McCullough?
McCullough? Miss
Yeah.
McCullough also joins our group. But what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair. Wait. Fuck. I need a sip of water. It'll help.
Is it the boobs? You're just staring at them, you can't read.
I am a simple man. Miss
You see
McCullough.
Bob's, you must look.
Yes, exactly. Miss McCullough.
Miss McCullough.
Miss McCullough also joins our group. But what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair she approaches.
It's so nice to finally meet you. When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you. You're... I don't know what voice to give her
It's
now.
really hard right now, right? Because you gotta give her a voice they can do.
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
That's a drastic shift, but I'm okay with it. I'm sure you won't.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne.
Oh, you know each other? Not at all, ma'am.
Wait, I don't like the first voice they gave me. I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
You mentioned something about Marianne on our way here, darling.
Oh, no. Oh, yes. I think I did.
They must be the clients she was talking about. I might have seen their faces somewhere before. Some magazine or the television. I can't quite remember. But then again, most of our guests have likely ended up on the news, one way or another. I won't be surprised if these two already have. For people who are popular, though, they aren't dressed as loudly as the others. And in their simplicity, the couple stands out. The woman in particular is stunning enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the men with wandering eyes. The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind, though. And if I'm gonna be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'd say he's basking in the attention, like a turkey. Both of them,
That's
in fact,
basting.
basking the turkey,
Basting.
basting in the attention. I'd think they are brother and sister if it wasn't for their public display of affection. The matching rings on their finger just cement the fact that they are indeed a couple.
Did she steal it?
Probably a thief.
She has just the actual ring.
She did actually take it, huh? Whatever. Couple or not, what's important is we get this deal closed before the current owners can even think of canceling the listing. I just hope one of the people in Maya Rose's group is brave and generous enough to buy this mansion. And so, with papers in hand, I lead the way. They aren't whispering among themselves or going, ooh, ah. Over one thing or another, they ask questions.
Oh, darling, I just want to buy this house immediately.
Oh, well that's pretty easy then, isn't it? Give them the money. From how the rest
With all the money we have.
with all of finances. and stocks. From how the restoration process went to the history of the place, I answer them all. More than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture, mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend, Mothman. Not a good material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxburg knows about it.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to restore it to its original beauty. Even the glass thing? Colorful ones? Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope. Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of the Lady Charlotte Ermengarde.
Can I just say that Isabella is drawn too good compared to the other characters? You know what I mean?
I feel like they just gave her a little bit extra attention.
She's got a lot more attention. Like, she's a $40 picture that was drawn, and the other one's like a 30, but it's also animated too, so they had to make sacrifice, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's just something I've noticed, because she pops up and she's like, yo, I'm looking great. What up?
The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
By the time I've stopped talking, her attention is already elsewhere. She doesn't care.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Well, I think it's just right. Don't you think so, Mary Ann? It's splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet? Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything. Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want to change before we move in.
The rest of their conversation gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Oh, please, please, please! Let these guys be the one. Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put into retaining the room's classical appeal. The open hearth at the end of the room, in particular, looks amazing. Like the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. What the fuck is this? This is a simulator for selling houses back in the 80s. It's pretty boring, but you know, just what we do. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about the soot and tar staining the bricks, and how much of a pain in the arse cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull it off. Or make it look presentable, at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
Right, she has a smartphone. Smartphones were invented in the 60s. Idiot. Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar? This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up. Mr. Luke Wright, my memory supplies from the forms they signed earlier. His sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in the place. But this time, something lights up in his eyes at the mention of the Undercroft.
Oh, Undercroft's just getting my husband going.
Dude, it's his butthole. What's so interesting about a basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes. Right now, he just gives
They remind him of genitals.
How?
It's down.
course. How could I be so naive? Right now, he just gives me the impression of a child who has seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas. I've always found it cute whenever I see children act that way, my younger siblings especially. On a grown man, it's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
Truly? And the room? How was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room. It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love, didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you can start one here.
Did you know that your breast is the size of my head? You know we're gonna need space for that,
You
darling.
paid for them.
Ah, you're right. And this isn't big enough?
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There's a contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. Also, Siscrib for 1,000 bits says, "Hello, Crying Angel. I'm a bit drunk, and I want to say I greatly appreciate both of you, even though I haven't been able to watch either of your streams in a hot minute. I love you." And then
That's
gives his
okay.
arm love. That's very sweet.
Some love.
Thank you very much, though. It's all good. Just chilling.
Just chilling.
A smile to myself. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score! I can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. After more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room on the ground floor and are heading back to the parlor. Funny, first time BRC had to survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now I can't even bring myself to care, no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale? Maybe.
Maybe.
You want to be the narrator person now?
Are you getting tired?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold up. All right. When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. It starts off as small goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently. Whispers in my ear and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision. Dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. A chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat. I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies in the group have been requesting for a break anyway. If I can just... Excuse me, everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor. In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we've prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you. I let them sit while I retreat to a quiet corner to recover. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I've probably just caught Becca's cold. Don't think about it. I'm left alone for a good while, the same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer, until a hand taps my shoulder. Hello, you there? Yes, ma'am? Oh, look at you. Having to show a group around the mansion this big must be exhausting.
Wait a second. Someone said, wait, who the heck-a-roo? This ain't Cry? Yeah, I am. I'm just really good at being a girl voice. Check this out.
Hi.
Yeah, get fucking good.
Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job. Oh, what a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right? Isabella, actually. But yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right? Please, just Hannah. Call me Hannah.
Holy shit! That's
What?
Phoenix Wright's mom.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in? My brain completely stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer. Wait, ma'am, you see, what? But we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but... She stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with her tight smile, she looks as if she's tasted a particularly sour lemon.
She's a sour lemon.
Yeah, look at her hair. Oh, please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money's not a problem. And just between you and me, this place is better off with us than some old lady who will probably just fill it up with cats. I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, ma'am, Hannah. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets. Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already? Well, I'm more of a dog person. But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon.
Wait, you're buying a house for your dude?
Yeah,
Weird.
they're married.
That's just weird.
It's just one of many houses they have, I'm sure, you know.
So weird, but yeah, true.
And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us. Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork. We actually have a process for this, ma'am. I don't really think that would be necessary. Or appropriate.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And just what are you two lively ladies doing about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here about ourselves?
Oh.
It was just him.
It was just him. What do you people think, darling?
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was just asking if she could help me with paperwork. I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder.
Huh.
I can't help but send an imploring look at Miss McCullough, who only gives me an apologetic smile and a shrug. Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out. She wastes no time in taking the papers from my hand and shuffles through the bunch. Oh man, Rose is going to be so angry at me for letting her do that. Wonderful. And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes. You took some notes earlier, yes? I did, ma'am, but I really hope that this time... Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel. Isabella. Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
Wow! Wow! Also, Lydia is such a charm.
I'm thinking about kicking her out of here. She's getting wild.
She is going crazy.
It's Isabella. Yes, that's great. We'd be more than happy to put a good word in to your superiors, too. And what's this? A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face. Turning to her husband, he merely shrugs in reply. That's interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though. I'm sorry.
Darling, Buttercup, art is an, fuck.
Are you okay?
Darling, Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with a... What do they call this? Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as